Hello and welcome to the Pulsing Review with your host, the newbie from Outdoors, or otherwise known as the nfromo. Today's game on the top block that has been recently released for about a month is a pretty newish game. It's known as CS Stars. This is a game made by the amazing people at Sabotage Studios. From what I remember, the only previous work is a game called The Messenger, which I heavily enjoyed. It was a pretty A1. If I would give it a review now, I give it an 8.5 to a 9. Let's talk about CS gameplay. In regards to the combat system, it's primarily turn-based until a certain part in the game. The game is not a simple turn-based, where you don't think when you play. You can deal bonus damage by timing your attack, active timed attack system. You can, if you time your attacks, you can either continue the attack with some abilities, with only I think a few. By timing the attacks, in essence, you can deal more damage or continue the attack. When an enemy attacks, they can deal less damage to you. Or when you time it, you can get bonus damage. There's also a lock system in the game where if you play Octobus, you know what I mean, but if you didn't, it's basically if you attack them with certain abilities, it can basically neutralize the opponent's spell. One very disappointing thing of this game, there's not enough variety in the abilities or in the ultimates. They had two ultimates, when you get near the beginning, when you unlock the character, and when you get near the end and double the amount of ability, it would include more variety. And that's a very disappointing feature of the game. It becomes monotonous really quickly. There's the equipment system. It's a normal basic equipment system. The only thing that's important for me to talk about, special equipment option at the bottom of the equipment thing, bottom of the ring section, where you can get perks or bonuses like attacking first or stuff like that, or do more damage, X, Y, and Z. Food crafting system is amazing, easy to use in this game by foraging through the ingredients from, well, you can multi-craft food. The fishing system was very simple and very cool. Yeah, I liked it. It didn't feel challenging. It's not about feeling challenging. It's about not forcing it to be overcomplicated than what it needs to be. This game is very beautifully crafted isometric. It flows correctly. It flows correctly. And doesn't feel jarring when it transitions into that format. There's this Metroidvania take on getting abilities and progressing with them. That was very interesting. That's very interesting. I haven't seen it done in previous games like this game has, where you go back throughout the game, you unlock more exploration targets like tasks or stuff you missed, but nothing major. But it's a cool feature, cool ways you design. And one of the Metroidvania like items, you can use it to grab enemies and attack with them. The puzzles in the game were very easy, not challenging at all. Let's continue to the collectible system where it was mostly chests, picked in basket kind of chests, some solstice stuff. And there's the palette to tell you when you unlock the clear area. There's a quiz area in this game, like a minigame quiz that where you find these quizzes in chests, where you can participate in a game show of easy and hard mode, where you get rewards for completing it. It was a very interesting, but one caveat to this, the thing about the quiz section is near the end of the game, you can obtain some quiz notes, which if you go back and to do the quiz, you can figure out who the boss is on quite quickly. There's a minigame called Wheels, where it's a pretty fun game, but you can become overpowered quickly. Overpowered AF by using either major or assassin. It's a fun minigame, a little challenging, a little annoying, but simple, and it's a good distraction. That's what minigames are, a good distraction from the game. In terms of option, but you get a couple. There are some that are pretty difficult, like two that are pretty difficult, but the rest of them are pretty tame. And pretty much, if you keep your health up, you're solid. They did not challenge you. It's the best thing I can say. Oh, the perk system. The perk system in this game allows you to switch on perks like gain 100% HP and heal HP after each battle. I turn that on because that makes sense in the turn-based RPG. I don't. It feels like I would have to do a lot of backtracking, a lot of grinding, a lot of material foraging. If I didn't have that on, it would stop my progression when playing the game. And that's one of the main reasons I turned it on. I feel like turn-based RPGs need to have that feature on by default. Healing after each battle. The game ends at level 22, and I think with the DLC coming out, we'll probably bump that up, but I think it's only DLC. I don't know. But my personal take, the game clicked in so many good areas But the biggest hurdle for this game was there not enough variety in the combat loop, which made it very repetitive and very boring because you're gonna be stuck using the same abilities over and over again because you don't have enough variety, you don't have enough options, and that's what's sad. You just don't have enough variety, no options. Even if you can change between party members like a swap. Like a swap, even though you have party combos, even though team member combos, even if you have all these, there's not enough variety in the combat loop to justify it to be a perfect score for the gameplay. I think CSR sits at a 2.0 gameplay wise. Let's talk about the story in CSRs. There might be spoilers. Ahoy! So I'm gonna say the review score here with a timestamp right under it. And to skip to this timestamp below in the comment description or click through the video from the timestamp on the screen. This is your last warning. The cutscenes in this game and the graphics were pretty good. One thing I love about this game is the campfire where you can talk to your party members, interact with them. Like, I don't know what changes party, like if you pass a certain section, defeat a certain boss. It's amazing. I like how if you pick up these items from that are scattered around the world, Cheeks can give you more of an explanation. This is amazing. And the funny part is, most of the items you pick up, you interact with that story in some shape or form. But here's some caveats. Like, the game was pretty much good until it's still good. It's not great, story wise. There's too much of faith, of prophecies. It's just stick that got pretty annoying pretty quickly. And like, there's some of the storylines that don't get resolved in this game, but you realize like the 4 acolytes are resolved because they become the Demon King from the Messenger. And Brugavis is actually Balthazar from the Messenger. Erlina or Alice, I don't know how to say her demon name. You figure out the demon from Messenger are in reality the Flesh Master's creations and stuff like that. Erlina lives because of the true ending. I don't know what happened to her, like her story. I don't know what happened. Like, she wanted power, but I thought she just wanted Brugavis to live happily. I don't understand. And at the end, the true ending, the Flashmaster and Rashan disappear into a portal when everything is done. After everything that happened, they just disappeared? What? And the tears that I had when Garl died, I want them back because they were running in the most simplest of ways, and that's sort of a secret boss fight we had to do. It's the same thing I felt with Chrono Trigger. But I think Chrono Trigger hadn't handled it way better because it didn't just require you to beat the game. Literally, I have one thing missing when I beat the game, so I can revive Girl. Literally, I have one thing missing, and I think that's sad. Like, I expected some sort of boss fight, like an upped-up version of the Fleshmaster boss fight. Like, I expect the an enemy or something were messing with time. Like, we require someone going out of time to fight to rescue Gar, but it felt anticlimactic. This game feels like a messenger backdrop. Lower back, it just feels like, which is fine, but does not make it a self-contained game. We see the Moon and Sun tablets. We see, what else did we see? The Demon King, Balthazar or Brugavis. Yeah, and the ending felt unsatisfying. Like, it's fine, but I wasn't expecting like self-contained game, but it's not something. You need to play Messenger to understand some stuff like that, and it feels bullshit that we let the 4 acolytes get away. The ending wasn't satisfying. The ending was unsatisfying. If you liked it and love playing Messenger, those people will very much enjoy this game. Will think it's a 2.5 or on the story segment. But people who have not played it will be confused, like, where did these guys go? I have to play this game to understand what's going on? Like, it's very good. The story is very set up very well. But it has these issues but not being self-contained. For this, I'm giving a story a solid 2.0. Talk about the music. The music of the game is pretty phenomenal. You can see pretty much the inspiration from the Messenger music, how they remix it into this game, the sound effects for abilities, the menu sounds. I can literally say I listened to Jrpg for hours on end because how well they remixed it. But I feel like they rely too much on the Messenger soundtracks, and I don't feel like I remember any type of music specifically from this game, and that's a problem for me. Yeah, and I feel like the final boss OST was alright. I felt like it fit, but I didn't feel like it amazed me. Still a great OST, but that's probably due to the Messenger. I feel like it deserves a 2.0. Okay, let's talk about the performance is S tier, except one enemy shoot these yellow balls that slows the game. Other than that, no issues across the board. 2.5, $34.99, which is a pretty steep price for an indie game. This game feels to me like a good and solid $25 to $30 range game, which is amazing. $5 to $10 difference. It delivers a lot but falls short slightly. This game can be acquired via Game Pass or PS Extra. No, I think I'll subtract the 0.5 because what I feel this game deserves a price of $25 to $30 range. Sabotage Studios has almost hit home run twice with Imagine and CS Stars. They have become a studio that through the amazing work of being crowdfunded can deliver amazingly. Piece of works from the graphics. The graphics, they're amazing, bro. They have given a game that succeeds very well, but does not master the gameplay, music, or story. You can see the passion of these developers that have put in this game. I'm truly scared for the AAA games to, if a small indie studio like this can make an amazing title like this. My opinion, the game MSRP is like $5 to $10 higher, but that should not deter you at all. This game is not on a level of game of generation like Chrono Trigger. I feel like it feels like this game are trying to hit the heels of Chrono Trigger. They're hitting the Achilles heels of Chrono Trigger. They're hitting it, but they're not at it. I hope the next game from Sabotage Studios can and allows them to get like a 9 to 10 out of 10 game. And if the game was 25 to 30 bucks, this game would have received a solid 8.5 out of 10 from me. But it did not. So I think this game deserves a good and solid 8 out of 10. It's way better than most average games, but it has issues. It has, to my opinion, issues from the story, from the music, and from the gameplay. And thus, my final score is an 8 out of 10.